Hey guys, okay, welcome to History and English class for the next 2 weeks. And you're like, Jessica, what are you talking about? What is all this stuff all over the board? Guys, we are going to be learning about Christopher Columbus. There he is, in Pichingo form. Christopher Columbus, anybody know who that is in Spanish? I know you've heard his name in Spanish before. Cristobal, what? Colon, okay? Christopher Columbus. Guys, Christopher Columbus is famous all over this side of the world. In the United States and in Honduras and in many, many islands in the Caribe. Okay, why? Because he discovered many of them. Él descubrió muchas de las islas. Él navegó hasta aquí. Él viajaba hasta los Estados Unidos. Okay, he has been everywhere over here. What, is he still living, Miss Jessica? No. He's not living. This happened a long time ago. Okay, and we're going to start for the next 2 weeks learning about this famous guy right here, Christopher Columbus, because on 12 de octubre, which I believe is Monday, next Monday, is Columbus Day. Okay, it's the day that we celebrate Christopher Columbus, and also the Dia de las Razas here, I believe. But we celebrate the fact that he opened the puerta, he opened the door to many people from Europa, from the other side of the world, to come over here and start to explore different lands, okay? Guys, why do you speak Spanish? ¿Por qué ustedes hablan español? Because people from España came over here, and that's the language that they taught when they were conquistando, okay? So, Christopher Columbus actually came from Spain too, but did you guys know? He's not Spanish. He was not born, él no nació en Spain. He came from Italy, okay? But he came for the country of Spain. So we're going to be learning so many things about Christopher Columbus. So make sure when you see these videos come up, you have your packet out. I have all the information there that you need, and we're going to be going through it every time that we have these videos, okay? Be very careful though, because these things in the back are not attached, and there's a reason for that. No es un accidente. They cannot be put into the book, but you need to guardar them safely. Do not lose them, because especially this thing right here is going to be super important for you at the end of next week. Okay, so I'm excited. I hope you are excited. This is going to be cool. So happy Columbus Day early. Let's learn about him. Today we are going to be doing the sheet of paper that says Native Americans and Explorers. Okay, so we're looking at this sheet of paper right here, and we're going to answer the questions on the back. So it's the very first paper called Native Americans and Explorers, okay? Before we get started on that, I just want to introduce you to these vocabulary words that we're going to be learning throughout the entire packet, okay? So this word up here is called voyage. Everyone say that. Voyage. Okay, I'm going to tell you the definition. I want you to tell me what word you think it is in Spanish, okay? The definition is a trip by water, by air, by land, or by space. A trip by land, or by air, or by water, or by space. Okay, it's a long trip. It's not like a trip like from here to your tia's house, okay? So, what do you think that is in Spanish? Voyage. Viaje. Ooh, cool. Okay, here we go. Then there's another word called sponsor. Okay, sponsor. Sponsor is a person, country, or business that agrees to pay for a project or exploration in exchange for information, land, or valuables. Okay, so you're going to find out that Spain was the sponsor to Christopher Columbus so that España sent Christopher Columbus over to the New World, that's where we live, okay, so that he could bring them back good things, okay, especies, diamantes, piedras preciosas, different stuff like that, all different stuff, okay. Explorer, you guys all know what an explorer is. An explorer is a person who travels to unknown places, usually in search of something valuable, okay, or rare, like gold or spices. Do you think Spain wanted gold? Of course they did. Then this word right here, native. Native is a person who is born in the country in which he or she currently lives, okay? A person born in the country she lives in. So you guys are native to Honduras. Almost every single one of you were born in Honduras, right? I know Dueno was not born in Honduras, but I don't know if anybody else was not born in Honduras. So you guys are native to Honduras. If you were born on the island, you're native to Roatan también, okay? Also, a word that we use for native in Spanish is indígenas. Okay, indígenas, the ones that were here first, okay, like the Indians. And then the word navigator. The navigator is a person encargado, in charge of putting the ship where it's supposed to go, in the direction it is supposed to go. Okay, so here we go. Let's do it. Let's get started and learn about Christopher Columbus today. Okay, everyone? Find your piece of paper, the first one, but go over to the questions. Go over to the questions. I want us to read the questions first so you know what you're looking for when we read the story. Okay, here we go. Put your finger on the directions. Answer the questions in complete sentences. Use details from the articles to support your answers. Okay, ¿qué significa eso? Ustedes necesitan escribir en oraciones completas. Entonces, en vez de decir blue, boat, Niña pinta Santa Maria, you have to say a whole sentence. The 3 ships of Christopher Columbus were Niña Pinta and the Santa Maria. Okay, something like that. Okay? And also use the detalles that you find in the article. Don't just invent things. Okay, this is going to be a lot of good learning if we focus. Okay, put your finger on number 1. Why did Columbus call the natives, your indígenas, Indians? Why did he call them indios? Indians. Okay. ¿Por qué Colón llamó a los indígenas indios? Indians. Okay, number 2. Okay, I'm just reading them so you can think about it when we're reading the story. Look at number 2. How did having metal pots, those are ollas de metal, and kettles, that's what you make your tea in, like a jarro, help the Native Americans? How did having ollas de metal and jarros de metal help the Native Americans? Okay, the indígenas. Number 3. Explain why you think it was beneficial for both the Native Americans and the Europeans to trade supplies with each other. ¿Por qué usted opina que era un beneficio para los dos indígenas y los de Europa para intercambiar sus recursos? Okay, intercambiar, that means like if I give you gold, you give me sugar. If I give you sugar, you give me salt. Okay, if you give me salt, I give you harina, flour. Okay, that's intercambiar. Look at number 4. How come the Native Americans could not protect themselves from the diseases brought over from Europe? Porque los indígenas no podían protegerse en contra de las enfermedades que los de Europa trajeron a los estados y a Honduras y aquí. Okay, porque ellos no pudieron protegerse. Okay, here we go, number 5. The Native Americans believed the earth was owned by everyone. What do you think the European explorers believed about the land? Que los indígenas creyeron que la tierra pertenecía a todos, pero ¿qué piensa era la creencia del terreno y la tierra para los de Europa? Tal vez era differente, right? Okay, so here we go. Let's read. Before we get into the story, I want to show you a map, okay? A map of the world. Look right here. Christopher Columbus was from Italy, but he heard that in India, in places over there were especies in oro, and everything beautiful in the world was over here in this area. And Japan